A time in a peaceful jungle, there lived a tiny, hyperactive squirrel named Nicky and a massive, slow moving rhinoceros named Ralph. They were most likely of friends. Nicky was always zipping around while Ralph preferred standing still and munching on leaves all day. One day afternoon, Nicky was on a mission. He had lost his favorite acorn, the golden acorn of legend, which he claimed gave him super squirrel powers. In reality, it was just an extra shiny nut he found, but Nicky was convinced it was magical. Ralph, Ralph, Nicky squeaked, bounced onto Ralph's back. I lost the golden acorn of legend. Without it, I am just a regular squirrel. Ralph slowly chewed on some grass and raised an eyebrow. Aren't you already a regular squirrel? Nicky said no. With that acorn, I could jump higher, run faster, and store more nuts than any other squirrel. I need it back. Ralph said, all right, where did you last see this legendary acorn? Nicky said, in the big tree near the river. I hid it in a hole, but now it's gone. Someone must have stolen it. Ralph said, you sure you didn't just forget that? Which tree you put it in? Of course not, Nicky said, already running circles around Ralph. Come on, let's go investigate. You can be my sidekick, Rhino Detective. I don't see it, Nicky squealed. Ralph said, maybe it fell into the river. Nicky said, the river? No, if it's in the river, it'll float away and I'll never see it again. Nicky started scanning every inch of water. Suddenly, he spotted something shiny bobbing up and down in the current. My acorn, Nicky yelled. There it is. But there's a problem. The acorn was in the middle of the river, and Nicky wasn't the best swimmer. He darted back to Ralph. You've got to help me. You're big and strong and you can swim, right? Ralph said, do I look like a swimmer to you? Nicky said, fine, we'll improvise. March into that river, Rhino Detective, and I'll guide you to the acorn. Nicky perched on Ralph's head, pointed dramatically at tiny pirate captain. Left. No, right. Now straight. The acorn awaits. Nicky finally stretched out his tiny paw and grabbed it, holding it high in the air. I got it! The golden acorn of the legend is mine once again. All thanks to my trusty sidekick Ralph. Ralph said, glad I could help. Can I go back to eating in peace now? Nicky said, of course. You've done your duty, Rhino Detective. But next time I lose a legendary acorn, I'll know exactly who to call. Ralph rolled his eyes. Let's hope there isn't a next time. And thought and spoke to himself, I should have stuck to the leaves. And from that day on, Ralph made sure to keep distance whenever Nicky started talking about the legendary anything.